Previously on the practice.
Look, I've tried to fit in, and I realize it's probably my fault that I don't. But let's just all admit it's not working.
I won't admit that. I think you've been doing great.
You're the only one who's been nice. And Jimmy, sometimes Rebecca, and Eleanor when she's not riled.
You're working out, I promise.
There's a medical bag on the floor right here.
Ha ha. Got you good, didn't I?
Eleanor!
It was a joke, for God's sakes!
You have no legal right to do anything.
Legal? What about moral right?
That oath you're about to take tomorrow has nothing to do with moral right.
Police spoken just like a true defense attorney.
But you are on this case. My New Year's resolution was to move ahead.
And everybody certainly thinks that was mine, don't they?
I'm not going anywhere. I'd rather fire you.
You can't just fire me. I'm a partner.
Yeah, you are. Mine.
Okay, manicure 3 o'clock, pedicure 3:30, facial 4:15, full body 5. Then we go to hair.
I have been so waiting for this day. You still think we can get out by lunch?
I've just got my PC on the boat, guys. Should be done by 11.
Jimmy's case?
Yeah, we've already made a deal on manslaughter pending probable cause, so. You think I should have a softer look?
What?
I'm thinking of going softer with my hair. I'm told juries are finding me a little harsh. You think I should go softer?
Well, Helen, I mean, your style is kind of, queen bitch killer bee. Doesn't harsh go with that?
Why, yes, Lindsay. Harsh would go with that.
You win almost all of your cases. What's to change?
Well, I wouldn't mind getting asked out on a date.
But if you go with a softer look, you might get hit on by nice guys.
Yeah?
You don't want a nice guy. You only like crazy guys, or at least a guy that can make you crazy.
That is so untrue.
Name one guy you've been with that didn't have some dark, twisted...
Bobby.
And it died quickly.
And not because he was a nice guy, because you were sleeping with him.
I wasn't sleeping with him.
And
That
not
was before
much
you, Helen. We got together before.
with him. I like nice guys.
Helen, you like twisted guys.
Is that really true?
Well,
You think I should see somebody about it?
you might.
Know any dark, demented, twisted shrinks?
Take you a day, 2 tops.
Okay.
Nice Lou Jack, Eugene.
It's not a Lou Jack.
What's a Lou Jack?
Lindsay turfed it to me. She's having a maintenance day. What's going on?
Oh, Lindsay's maintaining. She turfed a case to Eugene. Now he's Lou Jack and Rebecca.
I can't find my day planner.
What's a Lou Jack?
It's when you dump a case you don't want onto somebody else.
It's a prelim. It's a good experience.
Lou Jack.
I left it right here
That's
on
not
this
even a word. Show me where it says Lou Jack in the dictionary.
It's okay. I want to do this.
Let me guess. This is a drug prelim?
Possessions of a controlled substance.
Lou Jack.
Where you going?
Well, PC on my life jacket killer.
I thought you pled out.
Only assuming they make PC.
What? What?
Don't you think that's a little brisk for January?
Oh, this? Yeah, I read an article that, sexy-looking receptionists actually help lawyers land clients. So, thought, what the hell? We'll see. What?
Well, there's sexy Lucy, and then there's,
Slut?
I'm not a slut.
I didn't
All
say
right.
you were one.
Yeah, I can show you the article. Dolly Young Dolan slut. Front. Hey, slow down, Bob. I'm only using one ear. Bite my head off. Bobby, he says he's a friend.
Hello? Ted. Okay. Oh, okay. Slow down. When? Okay. Okay. Are you sure she's dead? All right. No, don't call anybody. I'll be there. It'll take me 20 minutes. Just wait right there.
Joey Herrick, right? He's dating again.
Not Joey Herrick. Eugene, you free? I can be. I'll fill you in on the way.
Well, what about me? Who's gonna fill me in?
Where's Julie?
She's up in her room.
She okay?
I don't know. How?
Mary? How you doing?
I can't believe this is happening.
Okay. Where's,
She's in the kitchen. We didn't even know she was pregnant. We didn't even.
Okay, Ted, have a seat.
We didn't even know she was pregnant.
It makes no sense to waive probable cause, so I want to go through with it. But it's pretty much pro forma. We'll cop to manslaughter right after.
And you think 3 years?
No record. Good behavior. I don't see any reason why not.
You're a good lawyer, right?
I run hot and cold.
I was just walking down the street minding my own business. And that cop, he just stopped me. No reason.
But the drugs were yours.
2 tiny packets in the watch pocket. No way he could tell.
For the prelim, all they have to establish is that a crime has been committed.
But they just can't go around searching people for no reason. Can't you find one of them squash motions?
Motion to quash.
Yeah, find one of them.
We can do that for the trial court. With the prelim.
Miss Washington, you gotta make this go away. With my priors, I'm facing serious time here.
Wouldn't that be incentive to give up the drug life?
That cop stopped me because I was in the wrong place at the wrong time with the wrong color skin. You gotta help me.
She gave birth in the middle of the night. In a room.
She was alone.
Yes.
And you didn't hear it?
No. God, I still can't believe. It's like I'm talking about.
When did you first see the baby?
This morning, I was coming down the stairs, and I suddenly heard a scream from her room. Like I've never heard her scream. I ran back up. She was holding a baby. Just trying to make it breathe. It wasn't breathing.
I need to talk to your daughter.
We first pulled him on board.
The defendant?
Yes. He said there had been some kind of explosion on his fishing boat. It sank, and he and his partner, they had been in the water for almost 3 hours.
Did he say anything else?
Said his partner was still out there, and then one of the crew members of my boat spotted him, and we pulled him on board.
Could you describe his condition?
Bad. He was bleeding from a head wound. He was near death.
Did he tell you how he got the head wound?
Objection.
Overruled.
He said the defendant wanted the life jacket, and that the defendant hit him over the head with a piece of wood and removed the life jacket and put it on himself.
And did he say anything else?
No, he got kind of groggy. He died as we were heading back to shore.
The parties stipulate that the cause of death for Mr. Terrence was a hematoma caused by a fractured skull, that's all.
Mr. Belluti?
He said Mr. Forbes hit him with the wood.
He referred to him as David. David hit me and stole my life jacket. That was basically it.
Okay. I think that's all, Your Honor.
Your Honor, 1 second. I'm co-counsel with Mr. Belluti. I'd like to confer.
Make it quick.
Is that their whole case?
Well, they removed fragments from his head that matches the wood he was clinging to.
He could have got hit during the explosion. Has your guy talked?
No.
He's it?
Well, 3 others on board also heard what
What's
he...
hearsay?
Dying declaration, Lindsay.
Can I try something?
Be my guest.
Who's she?
Mr. Brown, when you pulled Mr. Terrence on board, did he say anything about his condition?
Just that he knew he was hurt real bad, pointing at his head.
Did he say anything to you that indicated he knew he was going to die?
I think he knew pretty
I'm not asking what you think. Did he indicate any knowledge on his part that he was about to die?
Not directly.
And did you say anything to him? Did you try to comfort him?
Yes.
Like how?
You know, hang in there, we'll get you to the doctor.
So you were trying to give him hope?
Yes. I certainly didn't tell him to give up.
So it's possible he thought he might live.
I guess. Sure.
Your Honor, I move to strike all of this testimony. It's hearsay. The dying declaration exception doesn't apply unless the declarant knows he's dying. They haven't made a showing that he did.
I think he did know.
Excuse me, sir.
Ms. Gamble, have you got anybody else?
Do I need anybody else?
I wouldn't stop here.
I can get another witness in here after lunch, Your Honor.
We're adjourned until then.
Nice.
Helen, we have to take the shot.
There goes our manicure, Lindsay. We'll be lucky now to make the facial. See ya.
The cop who arrested you, I did some checking. He has had a few of his cases kicked. He's a little aggressive.
This is what I'm telling you. A client of mine got busted by this guy once.
Yes, maybe we can call your clients as character witnesses.
Miss Washington, are you gonna fight for me or not?
Nobody knew you were pregnant.
No,
You never went to the doctor? Nobody?
I just wore baggy clothes, which
What about the father?
he was a guy I dated for a couple of months. I haven't told him.
So last night you gave birth? All by yourself?
Yes. She came out okay, and I was gonna drop her off at the hospital this morning. When I heard Daddy's footsteps, I thought he was coming into my room, and so I put her in the closet in a box and threw some coats and stuff over the top. I was afraid she'd cry and Daddy would hear. It was less than a minute, I think.
How many coats did you put on top?
I don't know. I just threw a bunch of clothes over the top because I didn't want him to hear her. I didn't leave her there that long. I didn't.
Okay, it's okay.
It's okay, sweetheart.
Bobby.
You're gonna be all right.
I can't let this destroy the rest of her life. I need you to advise me. If we don't go forward with this, what do I need to know?
Meg. Jimmy, have you seen Eugene? He said he'd be here to back me up. I got a prelim in about 20 minutes.
The drug case.
Have you heard of a cop named Alan Gill?
He's the arrestee?
You know him?
He's the guy Dershowitz had in mind when he said all cops are trained to lie.
Great.
Rebecca, this is just a prelim. You've tried cases.
I've never done a prelim. And my client faces a lot of time. Eugene said he'd be here. First he Kojaks me, then he don't show up.
Blue Jack.
Yeah, well, whatever. Something jacked. That much I know. I've been jacked. And now I'm going up against some cagey cop who's got more experience in there than me.
Calm down. Let's find a room. We'll do a little run-through.
Okay.
Accident or not, it's a potential homicide investigation. If you don't contact the police, you could be subject to obstruction of justice charges, maybe even accessory.
If they find out.
Yes, if they find out.
What's done is done. But if this becomes public, she's 16. An investigation alone.
Ted, my advice is to call the police.
If it's an accident, like Julie says.
There's still going to be an investigation. And even if it's dismissed as an accident, this is going to be on newscasts all over the country. Teenager buries baby in closet. I'm not going to let my daughter be ruined by this. I'm not going to let that happen.
You're talking publicity is worst case scenario. Ted, that's not the worst. Worst is criminal prosecution. If she doesn't come forward and the police tumble to this, they will suspect her of murder. The only way they buy accident is for her to come clean.
All right. Let me ask you this. No autopsy right now, no bruises. They'd probably conclude accidental suffocation, right?
If that's what happened.
If the body were disposed of, but discovered a month or so later, would it still reflect what happened? The question I'm getting at. Would we be burying evidence that might clear us if we ever got caught?
First of all, that's a medical question. Second, I'm not going to advise you in any way to bury or dispose of the baby.
I need to talk to my wife.
Just had to make me bring in another witness.
All right.
Just keep in mind, the longer you cross-examine, the longer you cut into your overwrap.
Yes, I actually have that written down.
Funny. Had to have another witness.
All right.
And, officer, isn't it true that when you saw Clarence Barnett, he was just walking down the street?
And then I observed him make a furtive gesture.
What? No cop is going to use a word like furtive.
Well, sometimes they use language right out of case law to make sure the arrest sticks.
Well, a judge would know that's what he's doing.
Rebecca, all a judge wants is an excuse to find probable cause and pass it on to the trial court.
Okay. Define furtive.
Well, it basically means sneaky.
Basically? You don't even know what it means?
I said sneaky.
You don't know what it means?
You want me to help you or not?
I'm talking to you like you're the cop.
Oh, right. Go ahead.
So, you stopped him based on sneaky.
Yes, I thought he might be reaching for a weapon, so for my own protection, I conducted a pat-down search.
You conducted a pat-down for weapons.
Yes, I did.
But you didn't feel anything that felt like a weapon.
I felt a suspicious bulge in his front jeans pocket.
And you thought what was in that little pocket was a weapon.
I thought it might be a weapon.
That's a lie. You're a liar.
Oh, you can't say that.
A little packet the size of a thumbnail?
You can't call him a liar.
If he says that, he is.
This cop is an experienced witness.
Experienced liar.
You can't call him a liar.
Hey, you sneaky, furtive bastard. How about that?
Come on, Jimmy. We're on.
He knew he was dying.
You're sure?
He had this look in his eye. He knew. And he said, David did it. He hit me to steal the jacket. When you say he knew he was dying, well, I'm no psychiatrist. But when he said David did it, it seemed like a dying declaration. Mr. Berluti?
Dying declaration? You ever hear that term from the district attorney?
Objection.
Overruled.
She ever say that term? Dying declaration?
I think maybe I heard her say it, yes?
Did she tell you that term had special meaning as far as the rules of evidence?
Objection.
Overruled.
Did she give you any instructions for the purpose of this testimony?
Work product.
Overruled. What did she tell you? That it was important that Mr. Terrence knew he was dying. Otherwise, what he said to us would be inadmissible.
Thank you.
Did I ever tell you to do anything but tell the truth?
No.
And is it your truthful testimony that Mr. Terrence believed he was dying when he uttered David did it?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I got another idea.
What? Your Honor, the defense would like to call David Forbes.
Really?
We'd just like a 20-minute recess to confer.
Okay. Back in 20.
We can't give them any advice on how to dispose of a body.
I know that.
That's where they're heading. I can tell.
didn't see that, Eugene. You heard me tell
We
them.
also can't start giving them odds on whether or not they'll get caught. That's borderline accessory.
How do you figure?
Well, if we tell them, chances are they won't get caught. That amounts to encouragement. Aiding and abetting. We gotta stay clear of that. Now, I realize this guy's your friend, but we gotta cover our asses, too.
Yeah. Listen, Eugene, maybe you should leave. There's no sense in exposing both of us.
I think I better stay.
Why?
To make sure you're careful. And by the way, there's a dead baby in the kitchen.
What kind of a defense attorney puts his client on for a probable cause hearing?
Helen.
You don't want to go to the spa, is that it? Not sure you could handle a day off from work?
Helen.
It's a probable cause hearing.
We have an idea.
Oh, you
we
have
to defend
an
the
idea.
guy. We can't just ignore our obligations.
Whole point of the day, Lindsay, just to ignore our obligations.
Angry.
We've discussed it. We realize that by not going forward, it's illegal. But the child is already dead. We can't bring it back. What we can do is protect Julie, who is also a child. The alternative, she would live the rest of her life under a microscope, as well as a stigma.
If it backfires, she could spend that life in prison.
Only if she's found out. And the people in this room are the only ones who know.
Is that true?
Yes.
What if the father knew somehow you were pregnant?
He didn't.
You sure?
Bobby.
What about all your friends? Could somebody have seen you take a shower?
Nobody knew.
Well, that better be true. Otherwise...
Bobby.
It is.
You never told anybody on the internet? You never wrote a letter to Dear Abby?
No.
We've covered all these questions with her, Bobby.
How much clothing did you pile on top of the baby?
Why are you...
Ted, if this somehow does get out...
It's not going to get out.
What if she has a breakdown? What if you do? I'm just trying to get an idea of negligence versus recklessness. How much clothing?
A few coats, some dresses.
How long was she buried for, do you think?
Not that long. I uncovered her as soon as I came back into the room. I went straight to the closet and took them right off.
What do you mean when you came back into the room? When did you leave the room?
I went to the bathroom.
How long were you gone?
What difference does this make?
Why did you first say you hadn't left the room?
Stop beating
Well,
her.
I need to ask some questions. Did somebody else go into that room?
No.
Well, how do you know that if you weren't in the room?
I was only out a few minutes. I came back, and she was dead.
Did somebody else go into that room?
Mary, did you go in there? Mary. Oh, my God.
The baby was dead when I went in.
Why didn't you tell us you went in? Why didn't you?
Teddy, can I talk to you alone?
Okay. You can't even tell me what it is?
No.
Bobby, I know somebody's dead. You might as well just tell me what...
No.
He hung up on me.
What did he say?
Just to reschedule all his meetings. He could be out most of the day. Clients won't be happy.
Well, maybe you could entertain them.
Are you jealous?
I'm sorry?
Nothing.
What, you don't think I can wear a dress like that? You think I'm too fat? Is that it?
Did I say that? Look, the truth is, Eleanor, I don't find you fat at all. Just think you're more full of yourself than most.
What would remotely possess you to say something like that to a partner?
My mother told me two things before she died. One was never let somebody push you around just because they're bigger or richer.
What's the other thing she told you?
If you're ever in an argument, you can always trump with a dead mother.
I was too tired to swim. First, I kind of grabbed onto Terry. You know, hold on. But the life jacket wouldn't keep us both up, and he kept throwing me off of him. I said, let's switch off wearing the jacket, but he just said no.
And then what happened?
Well, I was about to drown. I was holding on to this one piece of wood, which couldn't really support me. I kept swimming to Terry. He kicked me away. I think we were both scared of dying.
But at some point...
I told him I saw a boat, which I didn't. I pointed to distract him, and when he looked away, I swung the piece of wood I was holding, and it hit him in the head. I hit him 2 more times till he was half out. Then I peeled off the life jacket, and I put it on. It was actually about 10 minutes later that I did spot the rescue boat.
Thank you. That's all.
Ms. Gamble?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm finding...
Excuse me, Your Honor. I know this is extremely unorthodox, but in the overall interest of judicial economy, I would like to be heard on duress.
What?
That's an affirmative defense, counsel.
I understand that. But if a district attorney or a judge knows a case won't make, it really should be dismissed. I would just like to be heard. 10 minutes, please.
10 minutes.
Some time to prepare.
1 hour.
Then the defendant, Clarence Barnett, approached me.
What were you doing at the time?
My partner and I had just placed another person under arrest when Mr. Barnett walked up to us.
And what happened at that time?
Mr. Barnett handed me 2 clear plastic packets of suspect cocaine and stated he wanted to turn himself in.
He wanted to turn himself in?
Yes.
Were the packets you recovered from the defendant sent to the crime lab for testing and analysis?
Yes, they were.
And to the best of your knowledge, did they test positive for .23 grams of cocaine?
Yes, they did.
Thank you. Nothing further. Tender the witness.
Ms. Washington?
Just walked right up out of the blue.
That's what I'm saying.
And prior to him approaching you, as you allege, you hadn't observed him engage in any illegal conduct.
No.
Didn't observe him with any drugs.
No, I didn't.
He just walked right up to you.
Yes, he walked over and handed me 2 packets of what appeared to be cocaine.
And said?
Officer, I have drugs, and I want to turn myself in.
Didn't tell you he killed JFK.
Objection.
Sustained.
Walked right up.
On his own accord.
Let me make sure I understand what you're saying, even though you've said it 3 or 4 times. Mr. Barnett just walked up to you as a good Samaritan and turned himself in without any prior conduct on your part?
Yes.
Mr. Barnett, you're free to go.
Your Honor.
Counsel. Mr. Torcaso, I'd advise you to counsel your officers that in the future, if they're going to try to make the facts conform to the law, they should at least try to make it sound believable.
But that's just the point. If he wanted to lie, he could easily have come up with something that sounded more plausible. It's so outlandish, it has to be true.
Or maybe he thought of that. Be glad I don't find misconduct. Just walked right up.
I'm afraid this is much worse than I thought.
Mary killed the baby.
She thought I was the father.
What?
When Julie wouldn't tell her who the father was, she suddenly thought it was me. Don't ask me to explain how.
Have you?
God, no. Never. Of course not.
How could your wife think that you were the father?
I don't know. She's been battling some depression. But to think... So I don't know. I think she's having some kind of breakdown. What do I do now?
Tell me the name of the father.
Why is that important?
Because I want to know.
His name is Stephen Gilbert. But he doesn't know.
Okay, look. Personally, I don't know any of you well enough to know whether you're telling the truth or not. But here's what we got. A dead baby. A person here who killed that baby. A person here who maybe left the room, maybe not. A person here who maybe is the father, maybe not.
I am not the father.
And I don't care.
Eugene.
No, this needs to be said. We got a serious conflict of interest going on. Somebody's a killer. Somebody else could be an accessory. Maybe we got two accessories. The only thing I know for sure is you all need lawyers, separate lawyers, in my opinion, before you do anything. That being said, I think we should get the hell out of here.
We're not calling any more lawyers. She needs help. She needs help. We're going to stick together as a family.
And I got a credibility problem with you rattling off stick together as a family after discovering your wife is a killer.
Hey, quiet!
At a minimum, your daughter shouldn't be taking advice from you two.
Eugene!
Bobby, come on. These people may be your friends, but this girl needs independent counsel from them.
I don't need to hear from you. What is best for her?
Look, this is undue
Why
influence.
don't you just get
and
the
as members
hell
of the
out
law,
of here like you want to do?
Leave us alone!
Leave you alone? You murdered a baby. You killed a baby and you want me to leave you alone?
Eugene,
I will pray to God tonight that you rot. She was an innocent little girl.
Shut up! This isn't gonna bring back Tia. All this fighting, it isn't gonna bring her back.
Tia?
That was her name.
You named her Tia?
David Forbes had a legal right to kill John Terrence.
A legal right, duress?
He was drowning. He asked Mr. Terrence for the life jacket. He needed the life jacket. Without it, he was about to drown.
First of all, as I said, it's an affirmative defense. I'm hardly going to make a ruling at a probable cause hearing. Second, you're saying duress excuses murder?
Without admitting my client attempted or committed murder, he only wanted to get the life jacket, yes. Duress can justify murder. I've pulled up a quick list of citations. Duress excuses the infliction of evil in certain circumstances. Where it's one against one and your life is on the line, a person is legally permitted to choose himself over another, even if it means committing an evil act. That's what happened here. It's beyond dispute. David Forbes was drowning. He whacked Mr. Terrence on the head, took the life jacket to save himself.
This is a defense to be made at trial.
Well, I agree, but these facts are uncontested. The judge and DA have duties not to proceed with prosecutions that can't be made, and this case can't be made.
I can make it.
Oh, come on, Helen. You just want to make your Swedish deep tissue.
Objection!
You can't make this case. It's one-on-one in the middle of the ocean. This is classic duress. And in the interest of judicial economy...
All right. I tell you what, counsel. Let me consider this. That's all I'll do.
What?
I just said consider. Give me an hour.
There's nothing more we can do here, Bobby. Nothing more we should do.
I told them we'd wait. Maybe they'll do the right thing.
What will you do? What will your daughter?
This was my granddaughter?
So I'm like free now?
As a bird.
You a good lawyer. Single?
Not that single, Clarence.
I'm a great provider.
No hard feelings. But it did happen exactly how I said. Two of us know that.
3 counting God. Next time.
His story was true?
Happened just like he said.
You mean you actually walked up to him and turned yourself in?
Yes.
Why?
Because he was out there stopping every black male on the streets. I knew I'd be next, and I didn't think I could outrun him. Only thing I could think was if I turned myself in that way, and that cop testified to how it went down, no one would believe him.
You looked right into my eyes and lied to me.
I needed you to fight for me. Was I wrong? Does that take some of the sweet out of the victory?
Yeah, Clarence. It does.
But think of it this way. They've been stopping me all my life. Arrest me for no reason sometimes. Even beat me up once. Sometimes it got to go my way.
Why? You deal drugs.
Now you try to take some of the sweet out of my victory. Good job, Counsel. You a keeper.
What are you gonna do?
Bobby, I'm going to take you off the hook, okay? We're going to sit as a family. We don't need you two anymore. Thank you for...
Ted, you're emotionally shattered here. You can't be deciding.
This is a family issue now. I really need you to leave.
Bobby.
St. Thomas's Church on Commonwealth. You're gonna bring the baby there.
Bobby, I asked you here.
This isn't legal advice, Ted. It's a threat. That little girl has a name. Tia. She was born, and she'll have a funeral. You take her either to the police or St. Thomas's. There's a side door. You can drive up after dark. You won't be seen. I know for a fact there's no security cameras. I'm in the process of raising money to get them. You leave her there at 7 o'clock. I'll do the rest.
Bobby.
Otherwise, I report you, Ted. Trust me on this. I'm willing to lose my license.
You just counseled a client to conceal evidence in a homicide case.
Look, Helen, can I call you Helen? I like to call counsel by their first names when I'm about to disappoint them.
Excuse me?
The dying declaration wobbles at best. Add to that a very viable duress claim.
These are all trial court decisions.
But she's right. With our dockets so jammed up, it would be irresponsible to bind this over. It's a waste of time, money, and resources. DAs are overworked as it is, don't you think?
Yes, we could all use a day off.
Well, I'm kicking this without prejudice, so you can refile if you get anything else.
I even missed the massage.
I'm taking my manslaughter off the table.
Gee.
It was all true. He walked right up to the cop and said, "Arrest me." And then when the cop repeated it...
Hypothetical, right?
Oh, right. I'm just telling a story.
As if I care. I lost a murderer and a facial. You think I could care about your drug dealers?
Alleged drug dealers.
Anybody hear from Bobby?
I spoke with Lucy. She said he and Eugene were out all day.
See, that's how you can make it up to me. Lend me Bobby for the night. How?
Can you believe we're out here sitting doing what we're doing? 7 o'clock. Maybe they went to the police.
It was me, Eugene. If this gets out, anything I advise to conceal, it's just me.
And when they ask why I was sitting here?
You tell them the truth.
just making sure I don't do anything more stupid. I can't let her not get a funeral. Looks like she'll get one. Bless me, Father, for I have sinned. It has been 3 weeks since my last confession.
How may I help you, my son?
There's a little girl. Her name is Tia. God has her now. And so do you.
I'll ask you one more time to reconsider.
I've given it a lot of thought, Mark.
I know this.
And both you and Scott vowed from the onset it would be my decision.
Which it still is. But as DA, Scott's the one who takes the heat for
I
all
don't
of
mind
this.
taking the heat.
Can I give the speech one more time, just to be sure that I have made the point?
If the point gets any more etched in my brow, I'm going to need to take time off to get Botox. But, okay, go ahead.
Aside from the First Amendment issues, to be prosecuting a news magazine for murder...
Accessory.
You'll never win. And even if you should, the appeals would go on through the SJC all the way to the Supreme Court.
Great, I'll get to meet Rehnquist. Always had a crush.
Helen, it's the taxpayers' money. Can we really justify spending $10 million to secure a conviction that's going to be struck down?
My speech?
Sure.
As a result of the actions of that television producer, a woman is dead. It was a criminal act. I only wish I could make a case against the whole network.
That kind of comment.
It is still my decision, right?
Yes. In part because you'd crucify Scott Colby in the press if he reneged.
Well, whichever...
Free number to order yours.
Aaron, Megan, you're both out to lunch.
Come on.
There is speculation that if the executive producer of Timeline is found guilty, a civil lawsuit against ABC will follow.
Many think the district attorney is prosecuting the producer first, hoping an accessory conviction against him will bolster chances of getting a murder conviction against the doctor.
You're actually doing this. Prosecuting a news producer for murder.
Accessory.
Accessory to murder.
Which he's guilty of if he encouraged it.
Well, this will certainly give you your 15 minutes.
You think that's what this is about?
No. What is this about?
I won't tell. But if I were to tell, what would I say you were doing?
I'm taking some ballroom dancing lessons. My son has these dances, so I want to teach him. First, I have to learn how.
I can ballroom dance. I could teach your son if you want. I really wouldn't mind.
Are you any good?
Did you announce yourselves as police officers as you entered?
Yes, we did. We yelled, "Police, freeze." The next thing, he was shooting.
The defendant?
Yes. I was wounded in both the shoulder and the leg.
The warrant was for the house next door.
Yes.
You made a mistake.
Yes, but that doesn't mean...
Thank you, Detective. You answered the question. Now, when you charged into the wrong house, almost instantly, my client began shooting.
Yes.
Immediately.
Yes.
And your men returned fire.
Yes.
Wounding my client.
Yes.
He was shot 3 times.
I believe so.
You basically charged into the home of an innocent person. Shot him 3 times.
Objection. Sustained.
That's all I have.
We'll take a break until 1 o'clock. Mr. Donnell, I'll see you in chambers in a minute. For the record, I won't allow any more arguments in question form. All lawyers love to do it. You seem particularly fond of it. And I'm putting you on notice right now that I'll be cutting you off in open court.
I don't think I've been any more argumentative than the district attorney.
Well, I think you have. But I'll be shutting her down, too, if we come to that.
Is that all?
No. Could you sit? This is a little awkward. I take pride in adhering strictly to ethical obligations. And as gray as this is...
What's going on?
It has absolutely no bearing on this case. Well, I suppose the easiest way for me to say it is for me to just say it. About 6 weeks ago, I had what I would consider to be an extremely erotic dream. And you were in it. I won't go into the details, except to say that you were quite well represented. The problem is that I shared this with Judge Hiller. She and I are friends, as you know.
You told Judge Hiller?
Oh, she's more of a sport than you think. We had a couple of schoolgirl chuckles. Anyway, as you also know, if there's anyone more insistent on ethical obligations than I, it's Zoe. She came here yesterday, and she said, given that I had a sexual fantasy involving one of the lawyers on a case over which I'm presiding, I should perhaps recuse myself. Now, I thought the idea ridiculous, and I said so. But as she pointed out, a judge has the duty to avoid even the appearance of impropriety. Now, it has no influence on this case, but I felt that perhaps I should bring it to your attention, and if you feel that I should recuse myself, I will. But
If it has no bearing...
It doesn't.
And I think the trial's going well for my client.
Well, it would definitely be unethical for me to comment on that.
If you don't think it'll interfere with your ability to be impartial, then, I'm okay.
Fine. That's all then. Bobby, this, of course, is extremely sensitive, not to say embarrassing. If you would mind not telling anybody.
And you're sure this is what you wish to do?
Yes.
And God is sure.
Is there anything else you'd like to say, Mary? The drug will take effect almost immediately. I have the tape running, so...
I've said my goodbyes. I just want to die now.
Remember, there'll be 2 different injections. And the second one will put you out.
There is one last thing.
Yes.
Thank you.
And that was it. Mary Burlington closed her eyes and went from living to dead.
How long have you been a producer on Timeline?
Almost 3 years.
And in your capacity as producer, did you have the occasion to meet Dr. Ryan, the physician featured in the tape?
Yes. He came in for a meeting in November of 1998.
Who was present in the meeting?
Myself, Dr. Ryan, and John Matlin, our executive producer.
Could you describe the context of the meeting?
Well, Dr. Ryan had just recently been acquitted for the 3rd time for assisted suicides. He was basically proposing that he be the subject of an in-depth interview, a profile sort of thing.
How did Mr. Matlin respond?
It was negative. He said the physician-assisted suicide thing was a tired issue, and unless there was a new spin, he wouldn't be interested. He also felt that Dr. Ryan was just trying to promote his quest.
So he said no?
Yes. But then, as Dr. Ryan was about to leave, John said, "You don't have any of these assisted suicides on videotape, do you?"
What did Dr. Ryan say to that?
He said no, but I could see his wheels spinning.
Objection. Sustained. Jury will disregard that statement.
Miss Kramer, could you describe the tone of Mr. Matlin's question to Dr. Ryan as to whether there was a tape?
In my opinion, it was the equivalent of a suggestion. He was basically saying, if you have it on videotape, we'd be interested.
Objection. Overruled.
Do you think the defendant encouraged the tape?
Objection. Leading. Overruled.
I'll ask again. Is it your impression that Mr. Matlin encouraged Dr. Ryan to get it on tape?
Yes, it was.
He didn't say go out and get one on tape, did he?
No, not in those words.
And when he was referring to videotape, he was talking in the past tense, is that right?
Yes, but as I said, I felt an implied suggestion that this doctor go out and do something in the future.
And that bothered you?
Yes.
And after you heard what you believed to be Mr. Matlin encouraging Dr. Ryan to go out and tape an assisted suicide, what did you do?
What did I do?
Yes. Did you protest to Mr. Matlin? Did you say anything to anybody at that time?
No.
Well, I guess it didn't bother you that much, eh, Miss Kramer?
Objection.
Overruled. After hearing what you believe to be somebody encouraging a suicide, you just sit tight. Is that the honorable thing to do?
Objection.
All right, Mr. Robertson. Isn't it true that it was only after the negative public response to this broadcast that you seized the opportunity to go after my client?
That is not true.
You like John Matlin, Miss Kramer?
We've had our differences.
Ever try to get him fired?
Objection.
Overruled. Did you ever try to take his job, Miss Kramer?
Our differences were professional. It has nothing to do with me sitting in this chair today.
No, of course not, because you are an honorable person.
Objection.
This is just political, isn't it? Or should I direct that question to the district attorney?
Objection.
Sustained. And after Dr. Ryan came back with the tape, having committed this terrible crime that you think your boss motivated, did you resign?
No.
You still with the company?
Yes.
Gee whiz. Nothing further.
You're calling the doctor?
I have to.
This case will be tough enough without relying on a hostile witness, don't you think?
I have to establish that a crime was committed, otherwise I can't make accessory.
But why should the doctor help? He goes on trial himself next month.
He doesn't care if he gets convicted. He's a martyr.
Helen, he's a hostile witness who could destroy your whole case.
Let him try.
What is with you?
I heard that.
Your Honor.
Oh, great. 6 years I've been riding this elevator. I don't think I've ever been on it with you. Make one lousy confession.
Well,
I do apologize.
it wasn't something you could avoid.
Well, isn't that a vain take on it?
I didn't mean it that way. I meant it was a dream, not something you did consciously.
It's just, it was so vivid.
I'll see you in there.
Yes.
That's it. You should also listen to the music. I'm
listening.
It should be noticeable that you're listening.
What's going on?
Dancing lessons. He wants to learn, and I figure it's a good way I can get some extra time with him.
That's it, Kendall. Excellent.
He did not tell me to go videotape a death.
Why'd you do it?
Because I chose to.
So it's just a big coincidence. The defendant says to you, have you got one on tape? And suddenly you choose to turn on a video recorder.
Objection. This is her witness.
A hostile witness.
Who, nevertheless, should be allowed to finish his answers.
I agree. You were seeking news coverage, weren't you, Doctor?
I don't deny that. But it certainly played no part in my decision to participate in euthanizing Mrs. Burlington. And I take extreme offense at your suggestion.
The issue of euthanasia, you feel strongly about this, don't you, Doctor?
Yes, I do.
You're passionate about this.
Well,
do you do anything else? Do you treat patients as a physician other than to help them die? You're passionate about this.
yes.
In fact, a segment on Timeline would be huge exposure for you in this issue, wouldn't it?
That's not why.
The question is, would a segment on Timeline be great exposure? Yes or no?
Of course.
Do you think your passion for this cause could have possibly made you slightly more inclined to put Mrs. Burlington to death?
Objection.
No. It was her decision, Miss Gamble. The tape clearly reflected that.
Don't you think patients are influenced by their doctors?
I will tell you, in this situation, like every situation, the patient was of sound mind and free will when she decided that she wanted to end her suffering.
She was of sound mind?
Yes.
You think suffering people are of sound mind? Ever known pain to compromise a person's judgment, Doctor?
That wasn't going on here.
I heard her say on that tape that God was sure it was time for her to die. What did she mean by that?
Well...
Did you even bother to ask what she meant?
Objection.
Overruled. Or did you have to run out and kill somebody else that day?
Objection.
Miss Gamble. How long had you been treating Mrs. Burlington?
Not too long.
More than a year?
No.
A month?
A few weeks.
A few weeks. Can you say you truly knew this woman?
I knew and trusted her decision.
Doctor, don't you think you should at least know the person before you inject them with the fatal drug?
Objection.
Miss Gamble. If there was a cure for Mrs. Burlington, do you think she would have wanted to die?
Probably not. But there was no cure.
How many doctors did you talk to before concluding there was no cure?
ALS is known.
Did you call Johns Hopkins, UCLA, the Mayo Clinic? Did you do any research as to whether a cure or any experimental drugs would be viable within a week, a month, 2 months?
It's my understanding there is no such cure or drug.
It's your understanding, Doctor. Don't you think you should make absolutely sure before you kill her?
Objection. This man is not on trial.
She wasn't even in the final stages of ALS, was she? She could still talk.
She was suffering.
Do you have any experience with direct patient care?
No, but...
And you have no expertise with pain management, do you? You just kill people.
Objection.
Miss Gamble. That's why you'll be prosecuted next month for murder.
Objection.
Sustained. Miss Gamble, you're getting off track.
Way off track. You lost sight of the track, Helen.
Really appreciate the support, Lindsay.
Helen, I'm not here to beat you up. Whatever your feelings for the doctor, this case is about whether that news show aided and abetted a murder. It's Matlin's state of mind that counts. Convincing the jury that Dr. Jekyll in there is evil won't buy a conviction against Matlin in this trial. And for you to be losing sight of that... This is about your grandmother. About you hating doctors for pulling the plug on her.
I agreed to pull that plug.
You didn't do anything. You were 17. This isn't something you should be playing out in that room.
The defendant encouraged a murder.
Then keep it about the defendant.
It's irrelevant.
That's for a jury to decide.
It is not, Jean. Relevancy is a bench call. The jury...
And how about letting the bench make the call? I'll take it to Benny. If I think it's
Your Honor, whether or not he had a valid gun permit, it doesn't make any difference.
Then why are you so concerned?
Because she's putting it in to make my client look like a bad guy.
I'm putting it in to show your guy has a thing about guns.
Oh, please.
I'll admit it to Benny. If I think it's prejudicial, I'll strike it later. It's not a bill with much of a ding, counsel. Let's go back in.
It's irrelevant, and you know it.
I think I am going to recuse myself. I keep thinking about you. Do you know what it probably is? It's that stupid cologne you're wearing. My husband wore that. We even buried him in it. Maybe I'm having a midlife crisis. Anyway.
Well, it'll probably be a mistrial.
Yes, I know. I'm sorry.
Well, what reason will you give a mistrial at this point? It'll be on the record.
I don't know. Maybe I'll say I've taken ill. Ah, what a mess. You know what Zoe said to me? She said, Roberta, your heart would never go anywhere uninvited. And then she said, are you sure he doesn't have a little crush on you? That's not the case, is it?
Well...
I don't mean to embarrass you. What? Is it so totally nuts, you and an older woman?
No.
You can be honest. I'm recusing myself. Have you ever fantasized about an older woman?
Jacqueline Bisset.
Jacqueline Bisset. And not me.
Well, I mean, you're the judge. Even if I would never with the judge, it's probably the rope.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry for being human. We'll be getting you another judge.
Okay. Thanks.
The idea that I solicited that tape is beneath comment.
And what exactly did you say to Dr. Ryan?
I asked him if he had a videotape. Past tense. I never directly nor indirectly suggested that he go out and get one.
Why'd you ask if he had a tape?
I won't deny it might have made a difference. A man has a videotape of an act of euthanasia. That's news.
So it would be fair for Dr. Ryan to leave your office with the idea that a videotape, that's news.
Ms. Gamble, a convenience store is held up. It doesn't get airtime. But caught on camera, it leads. We're a voyeuristic nation. Are you going to hold me responsible for that?
See, the difference is the prospect of news coverage doesn't encourage 7-Eleven robbers. They're after money. Here you offered Dr. Ryan exactly what he was after.
That is absolutely false.
You knew this man was on a mission to legalize euthanasia, and you sent him out of your office with the idea that some videotape would make a difference.
I did not say go out and kill somebody.
How long before Dr. Ryan returned with the tape of Mrs. Burlington's death?
I think about 10 days.
10 days. Let me ask you, on average, how long does it take to produce a typical segment for broadcast? And by that, I mean research, writing, shooting, editing.
Pre- and post-production take about 2 months. Research varies. It can take about a year.
When Dr. Ryan returned to your office with the tape, how much time elapsed before it aired?
This one was shorter.
How much time between the time you got the tape and the time it aired?
About a week.
Do you recall when it aired?
November.
November. Did you tell him you needed it for sweeps?
Good. Try to avoid my feet if you can. Watch this, Eugene. See what a quick study he is.
Look, Dad. I'm doing it.
I can see.
Not so close.
Like this.
Okay, Eugene, why don't you dance with him so I can see his posture?
I don't want to dance with him.
It will just be for a second. Kendall, you lead.
You're terrible.
Ms. Ward, please call your next witness.
Your Honor, ex-party sidebar.
Quickly.
What's going on?
I thought about it all night, and I really do feel I can stay impartial. In fact, I know I can. And if you don't mind, I'd like to spare myself the embarrassment.
Your Honor.
Look, if you have even the slightest suspicion that my work is being affected by my hormones, bring a motion for recusal. I will take myself off. Is that fair?
I actually live right across the street.
From the defendant?
Yes.
And did you ever see the defendant and John Marks together?
Well, sure, they were neighbors.
Friendly?
Yes.
Mr. Barton, did you have knowledge that Mr. Marks was in the drug trafficking business?
Assuming facts, not in evidence.
Sustained. The jury will disregard the question.
Do you have reason to know what Mr. Marks does for a living?
He deals drugs.
How do you know this?
He told me.
And what else did he tell you?
Well, I asked him if he was ever afraid of getting busted, and he said sometimes. But he could always hide his stuff at Bob's house if the police were ever...
Objection. Hearsay. Move to strike that.
Declaration against interest, Your Honor. Exception to the hearsay rule.
What declaration?
Mr. Marks said this in a context while admitting he was a drug dealer. Now, that's either an admission or it's a declaration against interest. In either case...
That statement is so prejudicial and unreliable.
I am overruling the objection.
Your Honor.
The objection is overruled. Sit down, counsel.
My mother wanted to die. She was in pain. She didn't want to be a burden. She made the decision to die.
Mr. Burlington, you've heard the prosecution's suggestion that your mother may have died as a result of this television broadcast.
It's not only ridiculous, it's offensive. It trivializes her and her decision, and I find this whole trial to be repugnant.
By your own statement, you said your mother went back and forth on this, didn't she?
Yes, but she was clear in the end.
She was clear in the end, but do you make room for the possibility that after she talked to Dr. Ryan, that first meeting, she became more clear?
I don't know.
Well, did she have any fear of being euthanized?
She had concerns of pain. Her biggest was, what if it doesn't work? And she ends up comatose.
So it would be fair to say that he had some influence.
Your Honor, I have to object. Dr. Ryan is not on trial here.
I'm establishing that Mr. Matlin's influence on the doctor resulted in the doctor influencing the patient.
All right.
She was more certain of what she wanted to do after talking to Dr. Ryan. Yes or no?
Yes.
Thank you.
What do you mean she hit on you?
Well, she...
Well, she's the judge on your case?
She was going to recuse herself, and then she thought it would have no effect.
Bobby.
Well, I don't think it'll have any effect.
What exactly did she say?
Listen, it's not important.
I just want to know exactly what she said.
It started with that she had some kind of erotic dream about me, and then, I don't know, she couldn't stop thinking about me.
And she's still on this case?
Lindsay.
Does this just happen? Women come up to you and tell you that you're in their dreams?
Can you guys keep it down?
She didn't have to tell me. I mean, she wasn't admitting any bias.
Bobby, how can this woman be the judge on your case?
Lindsay, I keep talking to you as a colleague, and you keep coming back at me as a girlfriend.
Well, I've got problems as a colleague and a girlfriend.
Just forget about it, all right? Just forget about it.
Shut up! I'm trying to do a closing. Go scream somewhere else. The hell's wrong with you?
Is she okay?
No.
Am I from another planet? The news, the press, they say I'm nuts to prosecute. My own boss. What am I missing? Wasn't this the equivalent of a hired hit?
A hired hit? Helen, you don't really believe the defendant wanted somebody to get killed,
What did he think he would do, Lindsay? He was reckless. He knew this wacko doctor would do anything to get on the news.
So maybe they were stupid or negligent. But an accessory to murder?
These people don't know their influence, Lindsay. Not the news producers, not the doctors. They don't realize. Maybe if some DA had the guts to go after one of these doctors, then maybe...
Maybe what? The doctor who upped your grandmother's morphine drip would have thought twice?
Old people, they're impressionable. Especially when they're sick. And when they hurt. And when a doctor says, hey, it's okay to die...
Helen, at some point you have to let go of this.
She looked at me. She said, it's right. It's time to leave. But there was something in her eyes. Something said, tell me otherwise.
You were a teenager. Your mother, your father, your aunts and uncles, there were a lot of people she talked to.
But I'm the only one who really knew. She didn't want to be a burden. She thought it was her duty to die. And these doctors, they make it okay to die. And then old people somehow begin to think it's their duty.
Whether that's true or not, that isn't this case. You've got to go in there tomorrow and do a closing on this case. It isn't about your grandmother, and it isn't about that doctor. Helen, you're prosecuting a news magazine for murder. Do you get that?
I never offered to hide his drugs for him. That's just a flat-out fabrication.
Mr. Harbin, the question on everybody's minds. Why did you start shooting that night?
First, I didn't know they were police officers. I just heard noise. As soon as the door came open, I saw a gun. I grabbed for mine.
And opened fire?
Living next door to Mark's, I did know how he made his money. I knew the kind of people that came calling over there. It made me nervous. I have a family, and when I heard yelling and doors being kicked down, I thought, oh God, what's happening? And as I said, as soon as I saw the gun, I just... better them than me.
You have a permit for the gun?
No. I would never be able to get one to carry. And in that neighborhood, I wanted to carry.
And when you saw the police uniforms, what? You thought they looked fake?
I started shooting before I saw uniforms. I was afraid.
You ever have occasion to shoot somebody else before, Mr. Harbin?
Objection.
Did you shoot at a man walking his dog?
Objection.
Pattern.
Prior bad act.
Pattern.
Counsel, approach.
2 years ago, he shot at a man he claimed he thought was a prowler.
Oh, come on, that's completely inadmissible.
This man shoots first, claims fear later.
I'm not going to allow it, counsel.
Your Honor, I'd ask that you declare a mistrial. There's no point.
You're not going to get that.
The jury heard that.
And I will give them an instruction, but we're not calling any mistrial.
It's a legitimate cause for a mistrial, Your Honor.
I've made my ruling.
Timothy McVeigh made the covers of Time and Newsweek 7 times. Jeffrey Dahmer, that serial killer that ate his victims, he made it too. Did they commit their crimes for fame? Well, I seriously doubt it. But there are a lot of sick people out there looking to be noticed, hoping to matter. Well, what about that guy that says to himself, Timothy McVeigh got famous, so can I. Should we hold Time and Newsweek liable for his crimes? The gang member in L.A. He's sure to be in front of the television at 11 o'clock to see if he made the news. Everybody wants their 15 minutes being on TV. It's almost as good as a reward. Should we start holding the news companies liable for the gang member's crime? I suppose we could. The whole point with terrorism is to make a statement. Without the news, there's no effect. Surely, if we outlawed the coverage of terrorist attacks, terrorism would go down. Well, why don't we then? And why stop there? We could kill all the stories that lead to copycat crimes. The Pentagon, I'm sure that they would jump at the chance to squash certain reports in the interest of national security. You want to go down that road? Because you can. We can start legislating the news business like any other. Decide what you should hear and what you shouldn't. You want to go down that road? Clearly, the prosecution does.
If a network news executive said to a terrorist, "Get one on tape and we'll lead with it," we would absolutely prosecute the executive. Trust me. Dr. Ryan left John Matlin's office with a message. Videotape one, you get your profile. That's encouragement. By their own admission, they knew this doctor was on a quest to promote euthanasia. This doctor's a zealot, willing to be arrested, willing to spend his entire life in jail, anything for the cause. And what do? They hold out a carrot for him to commit the crime again. Incentive equals encouragement. Would Dr. Ryan have killed her anyway? Maybe. Maybe not. It doesn't matter. As the judge will instruct you, we don't have to prove, but for the defendant's actions, there would have been no crime. All we have to show is that it was possible that this encouragement could have been effective. And of course it could have. And this doctor certainly got what he wanted, didn't he? Mary Burlington is dead, and Dr. Ryan got on for sweeps. Freedom of the press is not absolute, ladies and gentlemen. And freedom of speech doesn't give you the right to facilitate a murder. And believe it or not, winning your time slot doesn't get you off. We all sit back and say, look what journalism has become. You have two choices. Go back to that room and continue to sit back, or don't.
Aggravated assault? There's no way we can't jump at it. Those were police officers.
But I panicked.
Robert, you shot a detective. Add to that the statement that you hide the guy's stash.
I never.
But it's in evidence. And the jury heard about you shooting the dog walker. Listen, I've been doing this a long time. We should take the aggravated assault. The only reason it's being offered is because the DA is convinced she'll never beat us. But she's wrong. She'll win this.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Okay.
You didn't tell him?
No. Should I? I don't think. None of her rulings were clearly in error.
But they all went against you.
Not all. She shut down the dog walker incident. She didn't let it come into evidence.
Yeah, but like you say, the jury heard it. And she wouldn't give you the mistrial.
But what judge would call a mistrial at this point in the trial?
So you've got nothing concrete that she's doing anything wrong, aside from hitting on you.
Right.
But you can't be sure.
Right.
This is what you get by not getting her accused when it's
I don't want to embarrass her. She's a good judge.
It doesn't mean a male judge can admit
with
that.
a grain of salt.
Okay.
Lover spat.
Sorta. How's it going?
There's a verdict. Jury's back in 10.
You said you teach him.
I know, but it's just...
But what? He's loving it.
That's the problem, Eugene. He's liking it a little too much.
What are you talking about?
He kind of got excited.
Well, what do you mean, excited?
He grabbed my butt a little.
He's barely 11.
Well, he's a man.
I heard you're entering a plea.
Did I have a choice?
Is there accusation in that tone?
The statement from the neighbor was hearsay. It shouldn't have come in. Nor should the prior bad act.
You made those objections. They're on the record, which means you can appeal them.
A little tough after we plea.
Don't enter one, then. Problem is, you know my rulings will hold up on appeal.
I know they might. They're close. You could have gone either way.
And what? You expected me to go your way because I like your glutes?
I didn't expect you to retaliate for my not liking yours.
I can take rejection as a woman, Bobby, but I don't much care for being criticized as a judge.
You erred as a judge by asking me out.
Which I freely admit, but my rulings were legally accurate and completely independent of any personal feelings.
I can never know that, can I?
Make your appeal, then.
I never will know.
Has the jury reached the verdict?
We have.
Will the defendant please stand? What say you?
In the matter of Commonwealth versus John Matlin, on the count of aiding and abetting a homicide, we find the defendant, John Matlin, guilty.
Your Honor, the defense asks that the judge set this verdict aside.
Denied. Bailiff, take the defendant into custody. The jury is dismissed with the thanks of the court. We're adjourned.
Well, they think about 2 weeks for the Boucher trial. No, manslaughter. Well, it's pretty straight ahead, but there's a lot on forensics, so who knows? Yeah. No, that'd be all right. We'll put it on the calendar then. Really? No, I don't think so. Okay. Yeah. Bye-bye.